So hey, Fred Minnick here. I got my boy Tommy from Watch Your Proper. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good to be here.
So you're joining me on a little segment called What's in the Box. We have a box here.
Yeah.
We have two glasses. Actually, I guess we have four in case there's two things in here.
Yeah.
But whatever's in the box, we're going to drink it together.
Okay.
All right, good or bad, vodka, whatever it is, sochu, whatever, we're drinking it.
Oh, it could be vodka or something?
I mean, there's been pranks thrown on me. I still get sent vodka from time to time.
That's amazing.
I know, right? How dare those assholes send me vodka?
Yeah, how dare they?
But as I'm doing this, man, look, you built Watch Your Proper. This place is amazing. We got a dinner series together. What was where did this idea come from?
So Josh, my partner, is an engineer, and we were bleachered. He has a local company, Blue Energy Group, and I was at Heaven Hill, and so we were bleacher dads, and so we were always talking about whiskey and that type of thing. And so he would bring in his clients and I'd take them down to Heaven Hill, and I'd kind of give them a behind-the-scenes tour. And so he had asked me, once or twice, he said, has there ever been an idea that you have had that you never have kind of followed through with it? And there was several. And so, long story short is, we started looking for basically a building, a house that we could renovate to rent out to local whiskey groups. There's a ton of internet groups, and most of them don't have a brick and mortar. So that was kind of our first idea. And we drove past this, and it was just gravel, and we looked at it, and the agent happened to be walking across the street, and we were like, can you tell us anything about this building? And she said, I can tell you everything about this building. And so we literally got out of the car, talked to her for about an hour. They had us at the other end originally, and that's kind of what we wanted. And then we ended up I'm so glad that they kind of forced our hand to move to this end of the building. And that's the long and short of it. I mean, Josh got the bug. You know how it is to get the bourbon bug.
Right.
He got it, and he was buying up, secondary and buying up everything. And like I say, I'd been in the business in some form or fashion for a while, and it just, man, we hit it off, and our personalities kind of meshed. We had a very similar idea of what we wanted as far as aesthetically. And so if you would have asked us 18 months ago if this is what we thought we were getting, the answer would be no. It just kept getting more grand, or the grandiose, I guess. And so, we didn't know we were going to get Michael Crouch as our chef. We had 20 wine labels. We have 115 or so now, and we're going to open up, they're doing a couple stories on us right now. We're going to open up as the biggest American whiskey bar in the world. I mean, if you would have asked us that, I don't know that was our intention. We wanted to be the best.
No Scotch, no Irish whiskey.
So our tagline from the start has been nothing foreign, nothing clear, and no beer. Our neighbors that are moving in next door are a brewery, so it worked out. So I'm sure we'll work hand in hand with those guys. But yeah, man, it's, a lot of people thought we were crazy not putting clear in here. And no. I know you were upset about the no vodka thing, and I understand that.
I was so upset. I crave vodka all the time.
I understand.
Well, we have a dinner series together. It's great to work with you guys.
Absolutely. We're loving it.
So like that last dinner we did, we got more. If you want to come to one of these dinners, there's a link in the description. But Crouch does such a great job. He got the Scottish lobster. I've been dreaming about that lobster since I had it.
It was cool.
It was so good.
It was. His food is just, I don't know. There's just something about the way he cooks. It's very appealing, and he has such a big following. We're actually in construction right now. You can hear the hammering a little bit that was going on earlier. That we're expanding his kitchen, and so he's very happy about that. He's in a shoebox right now.
Yeah, well, chefs, they always want bigger.
Well, he is a prima donna for sure. There's no doubt all chefs are. He is like the instructor of the prima donnas, and I tell him that all the time. Like, he'll want more. It won't be big enough, and then
All right, well, Tommy, you're here for What's in the Box.
All right.
So we're gonna get to it. Let's see here. Oh, this is one of those. It's a small box. Came in from FedEx. So we're just gonna go ahead.
So am I allowed to say it sucks?
Of course.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If it does.
Yeah. I mean, look, I say it all the time, but you've got to depend on these distillers to
That is kind of true.
get you stuff. Holy shit!
I have
no idea what this is. Hold on here.
So,
No clue. So we're tasting I have no idea what this is.
well, that's a little odd that someone would send you a sample
Well, I get.
and not put.
Yeah, I mean, I took the address off just in case the camera. So I didn't even see who put the address on there, but I used to get like, like I'm on a show Moonshiners from time to time, and Moonshiners will send me stuff.
Yeah.
So this is not out of the ordinary, but this is not a Moonshiners product because this is too fancy. You know,
No.
a Moonshiner would send it in like a
Plastic.
cup.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then there'd
Saran
be
wrap over the top of it.
and then there'd be a new, hey, saw you on such and such.
Yeah, for sure.
And also, look at that age. Ain't no moonshiner coming through with that age.
Oh no.
So,
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, what the hell? We'll find out. I mean, hopefully I can find out what this is when we go into the edit for this.
Yeah.
But I have no fucking clue what this is. Smells a little dirty, a little earthy.
A little bit. It actually has a pretty good nose.
Kind of want to get up on in it. This has got some funk to it. I like the funk. I like some of the sweetness that's in there as well. But there's I like the earth. That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, somebody should have claimed that, put their name on that one. That's tasty.
Yeah. I wonder why they sent it in like a nondescript.
I don't know, but man, that's good. Yeah, I would drink that. I am drinking that.
That's really good. I'd probably say it's in that like 104 to.
That's what I was thinking. 102 to 105, somewhere around
It's
there.
in that like it's in
Not
that,
a whole lot of Kentucky hug going on.
Yeah.
But
feels
good
good.
mouthfeel, yeah.
Feels good coming down.
It does.
There's a couple notes in here I really like. There's a pretty bright like caramel note, but it's also there's so much earth in this, and then there's a lot of spice to it as well.
The spice for sure you get as it lingers, kind of.
What
Yeah.
the fuck is this?
I don't know, man, but somebody should claim that because that's good whiskey. I need that on the wall, for sure.
What are we gonna guess this? We're gonna guess a distiller? Because you know they're gonna come at us like, what the fuck was that? You know, here, let's have a little bit more here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way we can know. It's hard,
It's Friday.
people ask me all the time, like, can you guess like what you're tasting? And the answer is absolutely I can. And I have when it comes to like if I can see like there's like 30 bottles up and I taste 3 of them, I'm pretty good at like knowing that one of these 30 bottles, I'm pretty good at picking that one.
Yeah.
But the problem with American whiskey is there's so many like people who will like trade in between.
Yeah.
Like Brown-Forman has sold barrels to Diageo, who has acquired barrels from MGP. You know, they put their Dickel stuff out there. I mean, there's just so much stuff that gets traded, even within the ranks of like the distillers, that people don't know about.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we do a series here, a double blind, and it's just amazing the guesses that we'll get on, double blind, meaning that we do our, if it was just a blind tasting, you have the bottles in front of you, whether it be
Right.
4, you know what's in the house, you just don't know what order I have put them in. And then the double blind, we're not telling you anything.
yeah,
So a lot of times the hint that I will give them is that we do elevate on the proof. So if we're starting at 100 to the far left, as you work your way up, I'm even getting rid of that. I had some bourbon guys in here who they really thought they were bourbon guys. They said, this tasting is right up our alley. We do these all the time. We went through the 4. The guy said, there's one rye in here. And he goes, I'm very familiar with this rye. But he said the other are bourbons. It was all ryes. And I mean, they They almost didn't believe me. They're like, "There's no way these are all rye." And I pulled out the bottles, and they're just like, "Yeah, we know nothing." You know, but it's hard if you don't. I mean, I taught Heaven Hill stuff for so long. I know their notes pretty well, but I can still be easily, confused by them.
I would say that it's a tough game to try and guess out what a product is.
For sure.
It's not like wine. Wine is very different. With whiskey, there's so many things that can be manipulated that the distillers don't even do, like nature does it.
Yeah.
That take it off of a house profile.
Yeah.
If a product was consistently blended, like say barrels, like they're a blending house.
Yeah.
Like I think it's easier to spot them than it is say, like George Remus.
Well, whoever this is should be very proud of it. It's a fantastic whiskey. I think it's 102 to 105 if I was guessing. I think age on it could be, it's at least 5.5 years old. I would certainly think. Maybe even a little older than that. Could be 6, 7.
Yeah.
But it's good.
I can't guess on the age, but
I'm just going on the taste. It doesn't taste green or young to me at all.
Definitely the proof is. I think we're spot on with the proof.
Yeah,
but
I think so too.
Flavor wise, it tracks to. There's no.
Man, I don't know.
It's almost got like a turkey kind of
Maybe
smell to it. It reminds me, like when I smell it, it smells like turkey, but when I taste it, it reminds me of Indiana, like some MGP.
The taste is a little more. I can actually see the nose with the wild turkey. But yeah, this could be some really good 8-year-old MGP for sure. That stuff is just amazing. So some of their, Josh, he is such an MGP guy. I mean,
it's good whiskey.
He loves. It's really good whiskey.
Yeah. Hot damn. Well, what a great what's in the box episode here, because what's in the box?
What is in the box? I'm anxious to
We don't know.
find out what it is.
Here, let's just kill this.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
It's Friday.
It's finally Friday. So earlier I was tasting, here I'm doing this whole series of tastings, and talking about our dinner series and everything. And I had Crown Royal. I spilled half the damn thing on my lap. It was embarrassing. It was not doing well with me, and it tasted awful too, by the way.
I was gonna say, do you like Crown Royal?
No, but I mean, well, actually, I do. I do like some of the releases. I didn't like that one. So
Didn't they do like an XO or something, like it was 20-year?
yeah, they've done. That was an 18-year.
18-year, yeah.
But that was some of their releases are really good. And to appreciate Canadian whiskey is really to be in a different, to taste outside of the straight whiskey world.
Yeah.
I mean, there's an appreciation there to be had for sure. But it's foreign, so it cannot come on open here.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, and I know, and I should expand, my tasting horizons and that type of thing. But I'm born and raised right here, man.
Born and bred.
It's Kentucky straight bourbon.
Yeah.
I even get into, I have this argument. I know you hear this argument is, when they flavor it, is it still Kentucky straight bourbon and all that kind of stuff.
You mean the barrel?
Yeah, I mean if they finish it, or Heaven Hill has on their peach, the Evan Williams peach. It's Evan Williams Kentucky straight bourbon flavored with peach liqueur or whatever.
Yeah. See, I disagree with that. I don't think they should do that.
I don't either, but here's the counter argument is that it's kind of, you can't unring the bell. You can't unbourbon a bourbon. Once it's qualified, once it already has become a bourbon, can you unqualify it?
Well, so So like with cognac, there's liqueurs all the time made with cognac,
Yeah.
and it's front of the label it's liqueur, in the back of the label they say it was made with cognac, and that's where I'm like, it should be done with like that with bourbon. Bourbon should be very protected on the front of the label.
I agree. Absolutely.
Back of the label, that's a different territory.
I agree.
But front of the label, like how big the font is and all that, it should be very, very protected. Because if it's not, when, say, Brazil makes a bourbon and they go to the world court and say, we don't believe America has respected their own definition and their own geographical designation of what is bourbon.
Yeah.
So we feel like we should be able to make bourbon as well. I mean, I think there is some danger, there's some real danger in not protecting what is bourbon. And I'll tell you that if we had this conversation in 1985, there is no conversation, because the old timers would drop the anvil and say, nope, there's no way we're flavoring it.
Rutledge.
Yeah.
I mean, he said it forever. But that's a good point. I've never really thought of it that other countries could take that as a sign of weakness almost.
Yeah.
I've never
Absolutely.
thought of it like that. That's interesting and scary, actually.
You get the right producer to do it with enough money to battle it in a world court, and it's very dangerous, and that's why I have always pushed toward it. Now people will say, well, you're letting people know out there that it's happening. Like, take me out of the equation. It's going to happen no matter what. There's been bourbon made in Switzerland, Australia, Mexico, South America. There's been bourbon made all over the world with the label put on there, and in the
Post 64?
post 64,
Really?
and the people who kind of monitor that sort of thing challenge it. The Irish Whiskey Association, the Scotch Whiskey Association, they challenge anyone. Even Champagne challenges the rights to use champagne. Port, the port folks have challenged and didn't have as much money to go up against the California producers who put port on their label. So that's a good example. Like it is what is hot, and even now, like you see like Irish whiskey producers put bourbon really prominent on the label, like bourbon cask finish or whatever, and and so they're going the other way. So bourbon is a powerful keyword. It's a very powerful keyword.
I think Crown even did it bourbon mash. Didn't they have the one that said made from a bourbon mash?
They had made from a bourbon mash. It got shut down.
Yeah.
And the way the Canadian producers is, they actually have the way that they make whiskey is that they make whiskey based on they don't do it like by mash bill. They blend, but when they have a bourbon mash, that's basically like a bourbon recipe, and so they created something that was a traditional bourbon recipe, and that was what they called bourbon mash.
Yeah.
And so that's how they referred to it in the distillery, and they thought it was okay, and they got called out on it, and they acquiesced. They pulled back because they own bourbons and they're part of the Kentucky Distillers Association. So it kind of became a kerfuffle that was, fixed pretty quickly because they're in the circles that matter.
My understanding of, the regulation, the law, the rules is that if the U.S. had a trade agreement with that particular country, that made it a no-no.
Yeah, so that's exactly right. And we have free trade agreements with most countries. And so if they have a free trade agreement with us, they must adhere to our terms and standards. However, if it is done outside of a country that does not have a free trade agreement with us, like let's say
A small country, I'm sure.
let's say, I can't think of one actually at the moment.
Lithuania or somewhere, something small.
Lithuania would fall under European Union.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure.
I would think of a small country, which is why
China doesn't have a free. Do they have a free trade agreement with
that
us?
I don't know. I would think it would have to be a really small country, and then I don't think the U.S. would worry about it so much as like, who are they going to sell it to? They're not going. They may keep it on the little small country or
it's a matter of protection. Like if you don't protect it here, then you allow yourself to be taken advantage of elsewhere.
I agree. That's a great point that I have never thought of it the way that you said it, and that to me does show a little bit of sign of weakness, which I don't like.
Yeah, and that's why like Michael Veach, Chuck Cowdery, myself, kind of like everybody who's ever touched like the history of bourbon, like writing about it or telling the story, has always been a champion of like stay away from that. And by the way, this is why I respect Sazerac so much, because their flavored whiskey does not say Kentucky Straight Bourbon on it. Fireball is made with Canadian whiskey, and they promote the fuck out of that. You know, they do quite well with it.
Yeah.
I respect them for that because they're not bastardizing a brand, and they're also not using those terms that we should hold dear and protect in a category. So
were you part, so I guess what, in 18 or so, 2018, 2019, when the TTB was trying to restructure, where I'm sure your opinion was taken?
I was asked to, but you know, I still have this kind of like this edict of not getting involved with that sort of thing.
Really?
I give my opinion, but I don't like to like get in the circles that make the decisions, because, you know, especially at that time, I still think of myself as a journalist.
Yeah.
You know,
I thought it was horrible. I thought they did a horrible job. I thought it was to make it a lot more user friendly and to clear up some stuff, and I think they muddied the water even more. I have to, Wade Woodard is a friend of mine, and
Wade's great.
We talked, and he broke it down and explained what the decisions that they made, and I don't get it. I thought they were gonna really streamline it and say this is a Kentucky Straight Bourbon, and make it a lot more clear. I don't think they did that, unfortunately.
No, they did, and they also try to like fuck with the barrels.
The barrel size,
you know. I mean, but you got to remember, like, the TTB relies on the trade, so this is all trade dependent. So anything that comes up to the TTB is going to be because someone in the trade is pushing for it.
Sure.
And
they don't want to make it more restrictive.
Yeah.
They want to open arms everything, and so I don't know. The flavoring with it, and I've just learned to not fight that fight anymore, and not read anything out of articles from California or New York about bourbon. I just don't do it anymore. My wife made me stop.
But you get like heart palpitations kind of thing?
I do.
All right.
Yeah, because they're wrong. And, so I will, read you and Chuck and Michael and, whoever else. I don't read if it's a New York magazine or a paper or California or wherever, because they don't know what they're talking about.
Well, there's some good writers in those spheres.
Okay. Let me, I don't want to generalize. I'm not going to throw everybody under the bus. Some of them, I'll say.
Well, I will say this, that it is tough to find consistency and accuracy in a lot of places, but having done this for a long time, at least I will say at least they're writing about it and trying.
That's true.
So
I get that if they're promoting Kentucky.
And we all started somewhere. I started with a little shit magazine here and there, and you kind of follow your passion, and I mean, look where you are now.
That's true, and I think it's just getting facts wrong. That's what irks me. I mean, the stuff that is out there and it's factual and it's very easily accessible, and then they will print something that is just horribly wrong. That bourbon has to be made in Kentucky or whatever. And you still see that.
Yeah.
You still see those articles, and you just want to go, why are you writing about bourbon if you think this? So, like I said, my wife has said, no more. You're not reading those because it makes me just...
Well, you got your own headaches now.
I have plenty of headaches here. I'm not complaining one bit. I love it. But, this place has just been... It's been so well received. I mean, to have industry folks in it like yourself and the Van Winkle family. I mean, it's like the Van Winkles were sitting at one of our tables the other night. It's just like, that's Julian Van Winkle and Preston and whoever it may be. Distillers from all over the country are coming here. It's just, and I'm a fanboy on a lot of that stuff. I mean,
it's awesome.
It's just cool, man. Josh and I have. Every time, like today, I will talk to him later, and he will just be so upset that he missed the opportunity to sit down and talk about it. But he has stuff going on right now. But we're just fans. We're
by the way,
guys.
he's way better fit than both of us.
God.
Does that guy work out or what?
So when I very first saw Josh's property, there's an enormous barn. It's not even a barn. It's like I don't know what it's a facility. And so I walked in, and half of it was kind of an apartment type setting. But then you open up these sliding doors, or opened up the door to the other side. It's like a paid membership gym. It's for him and his wife.
Oh, wow.
It's like you look, and it is the Y. And, so Josh is 47, I think, 47, 48. And he continually finishes in the top 10 in CrossFit, and he still competes. His wife does the same thing. It's just crazy. And so, yeah, when we're standing...
Well, Tommy, this is our CrossFit right here,
Yeah, we stand next to each other. We look like the number 10, I'm like, shut up. Yeah. Oh, well.
One day we'll be in shape.
Oh, no, we probably won't.
No, we won't.
we love to talk about bourbon, so there you go.
There you go. But hey, thank you for coming on.
Man.
Thank you for letting
Always
me play.
a pleasure. See ya. There you go. I'm knocking off glasses.
It
We
happens.
finished the bottle.
We did.
What do you expect?
We
don't know what bottle we finished.
Of
but
unknown origins.
Somebody should claim that.
But yeah, we're probably both going to be screwed on our guesses. So.
I know it's going to come out like 119 or something.
It's gonna come in like different proof, different brand. It's like
it's Irish whiskey. That's 119 proof. Don't tell that. If it comes back like that, just say I lost the label.
This is actually Polish aged vodka, and which case this video will never come to light.
It will never. All this banter you'll never see.
We will edit appropriately.
That is funny.
It'll be like, what are you tasting here? Oh, I get grain notes.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
But hey, thanks for coming.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Yeah, this was What's in the Box.
What's in the box?
Here at Watch Hill proper. Look, I'm telling you right now that this is a place you got to come visit. I got a dinner series here, but most importantly, it's just a great place. It's in my neighborhood too, so hit me up, and if I have time, I'll come out here and hang out with you guys. And frankly, this place is awesome. What I mostly love about it, your staff is awesome.
They're awesome, man.
Great people.
I forget to say this sometimes, but it's just they're so good. They're learning whiskeys and wines, and they've taken upon themselves to do that, and friendly. And I tell them all the time, this has to be like, you have to look at every guest as this is their very first experience here. Even if it's someone who's been here 5 or 10 times, make it special. It's just like, because people walk in and it's like the first time they see the ocean. They're kind of like, what the heck is this place? So we try to make it very special, and they're just very cordial and congenial to everyone. That's cool.
Awesome,
and we appreciate you hanging out with us, man. We love having you here.
All the time, man.
Cool.
I appreciate what you're doing for my neighborhood, my
sure.
community. So excited about the brewery. Really excited about that.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Have a whiskey, go get a brew.
Yeah, I can't wait to work hand in hand with those guys. I mean, it's Atrium. I mean, it's out. They've already had a press release at Atrium Brewing, and so can't wait for that. And then Quills is going on the very end, and then we have the yoga place, so you can really be the most fit, awake, drunk in this building.
Responsibly.
Responsibly. But we have it all. You can get drunk and then work out and then have some coffee.
There you go. America. That's going to do it, though, folks, for this What's in the Box episode. Appreciate you tuning in. This is the empty bottle, whatever the fuck it is. But be safe out there. Remember, vodka sucks.
Vodka does suck. Cool.
America.